This is dictation at 100 words a minute. The minimum number of envelopes is 8. Did you take notice of his success? Did you succeed in getting the minimum number of notices in the envelope? I noticed his successful entry had the minimum number of words. I noticed that she is enjoying many successes. We succeeded in our marketing plan because we used bright red envelopes. We are trying to fit all of our puzzle pieces together in a logical manner. It is just as if you are building a puzzle by referring to the cover of the box. We know what the end photo looks like, and we have the pieces, so we need to fit them in place. First of all, oil did burn during the course of this fire. There was some amount of oil that was burned as fuel to feed the fire. Both parties admit to the burning of the oil, but they do not concur as to when the burning began. They are mortgaged up to the hilt. We have mortgaged the old house. If he establishes an alibi, the case will end. The case establishes a precedent. He is a very good playing character roles. Goofy is a character in the cartoon. Those two boys are real characters. Where did you put the originals? Are those paintings really originals? The originals have greater depth. They had 14 rows of corn, 17 of beans, 31 lettuce, 25 peas, 13 squash, 22 melons, 16 grapes, 24 peppers, 30 carrots, 18 cabbages, 21 onions, 19 strawberries, 26 celery, 28 yams. Next, I would not approach the suspect until he had a proper search. My first contact with the situation was an FBI course that I took, and they listed a number of officers who had been shot with their own guns. It is recommended that when you approach, you give your gun to your partner and he stands off some distance to one side so that you are not in a crossfire. If he did have to fire, he wouldn't hit the other officer. I am talking about at least 6 feet so that the suspect couldn't lunge and grab his gun. There have been a considerable number of cases where the gun has been taken from the officer, so I would have held off until such time as the suspect was in position for a proper wall search, and that is where his feet are out so far that he could not possibly push himself back. Another thing I think probably the first order I would give him would be to get those hands up. Get them up on top of his head. That would be my first concern. Get those hands up where I can see them. In other words, I want him to know he had better get those hands up. Once the hands are up, I can see there are no weapons. Then I would instruct him to go over against the fence or the wall.